Okay, so tonight's going to be a little bit of a comparison. I was able to get a store pick. Let me get my reader's one. This is a Russell's Reserve Barrel Select. This comes out of warehouse. This is Camp Nelson E. And if anybody that's really into bourbon and really into wild turkey, which is Russell's Reserve, everybody looks for that one. So this bottle was distilled on January 31st of 2017, so it's 8 years old. It was dumped on November 14th of 25, bottled on December 5th of 2025. This is barrel number 25-1307. This is a store pick by the Wine Barrel in Edmond. And I was fortunate enough to have a sample of the 2025 single rickhouse from Russell's Reserve, which also comes from Camp Nelson E. So my store pick, which I was turned on to this one by my good friend Matt. This comes out of Camp Nelson E, floor 4. This is 110 proof. The single rickhouse was floor 5, and it is 128 proof. So and whenever I compare these two, the single rickhouse is it's softer. It seems more dense, a little darker. You get the oak, the rye spice. On the store pick, it's a little lighter. I get a little bit more ethanol. It's the oak is a little. Now it's a phenomenal store pick, but when you compare the two, it seems a little bit more astringent. The oak is a little bit more harsh. It's like, obviously, this being 8 years old, these are probably the single rickhouse will have older barrels in it, because the single rickhouse is a small batch, whereas this is just a single barrel. So these, it's not age stated, but probably older barrels going into that one. So they've had time to mellow and soften. At 128 proof, it's a little drying. I'm actually, okay, in full disclosure, my friend Matt, who got me this bottle, we had a long conversation tonight and sipped on both of these a little bit. So kind of pre-gamed it. But I get a little, because this is sitting opened a little bit, there's a little bit more, I don't know though, I want to say fruitiness, but it's very, maybe this is what people talk about when they say that wild turkey funk. I've never really noticed it before, but this is very good. There's almost a hint at a fruitiness. And I almost get a hint of licorice, which is really weird because I do not like licorice, black licorice. But there's a hint of something in there. And it's probably coming from the rye spice and all that. I don't get it on the store pick. It's a lot, like I said, brighter. There's the oak is a little bit more punchy. It's even more of a slight sweetness to it. You get that typical rye spice. phenomenal store pick. I've had one other store pick, a different store picked it, and it was I think it was a Tyrone G. This blows that one out of the water to me. There's just a lot of flavor to that. And see if you can see. It's got some good legs on it. But look at that. That's the single rickhouse. And yeah, it's really weird. I've never got that before. This is the actual second sample I've had of the single rickhouse from Amanda. And I don't know if on the previous one, of course, I had it before I was doing this channel, so I didn't sit and really think about it. But after this opens up, like it's got that, it's not quite licorice, star anise, that little spice to it. That's really good. So it's even better than it was, which is odd to say considering I don't like that licorice flavor. But here it works and it's good. I have no qualms saying that the 2025 single rickhouse is the best Wild Turkey Russell's Reserve product I have had. Blows everything out of the water. And I've had a couple different batches of the 13 and a couple of samples of the 15. So definitely prefer the single rickhouse. Now, that being said, this store pick it's amazing. But it's just so different. Like it's a lighter, it's more oaky. There's a good rye spice. One thing on Wild Turkey Russell's Reserve products, I get a rye spice. I don't ever get into that apple peel, which is still good. Yeah, definitely a phenomenal store pick. But single rickhouse is going to win. Anyway, that's my comparison of the two, and I hope y'all enjoyed.